Well, 19's just about done. I'm setting it up. Thought maybe you'd like to see a little bit of how I go about that. It turned out fairly good. I'm not 100% thrilled with it, but it's built to the dimensions I wanted, and I think it'll sound pretty good. It's a lighter color. The back is the flower varnish that I made, and I covered it then with some clear coat, and the front is just basically a clear coat and just a real little bit of color in it. And I got the boxwood pegs and hardware for it. And right now what I'm doing, I just got finished setting the pegs, had to drill the holes for the string. I'm making the bridge right now, and I had to get measurements for that on where my fingerboard comes out and where the bridge sets, so the strings set at the same, or not the same height, but the right height. And that, a lot of that depends on who's playing it, if it's set right or not. And I'll probably I'm trying to set this how the lady who plays them likes it, and I'm not real sure how she likes it, so I'm making a couple bridges for each one, and I can switch them out when she plays them. And I still have to set the sound post, very important piece of the violin. How I do that, I have this little tool, and this tool is pretty unique in the fact that it measures the inside of the violin. And how it goes is I set it in there and swing it over to where the sound post goes, and then tighten this little nut here, and then when I bring it out, it gives me the height that I have to cut my sound post to. And you got to take your time when you do it in that, just because the sound post has to sit flush top and bottom. So the vibrations, and that's how basically a violin works. You pluck a string, the vibration from the string travels through the bridge to the feet on the bridge, to the top of the violin, to the sound post. Sound post transfers the vibration to the back of the violin, and the top and the bottom move like that and basically produce the sound waves, and then the sound comes out the F holes. So that's kind of simplified, but that's how it works. There's also a bass bar that runs right here inside, and that stiffens the top, but it also helps the vibrations. And if you can imagine how much pressure there is on this, that the strings put on the top of this violin, you need something in there so it doesn't collapse it, because it's pretty thin. And I bought this sound post setter, which works really well, although I just seen a video from a gentleman that made a different kind, and I might make one like that because it looked pretty interesting. So I have to string it up and tune it up, and I'll tune it up probably about 10 times for the strings to stretch, but hopefully it sounds pretty good. So when it's done, I'll let you hear it. So that's all I got. Thanks.